We finally found them. Some time ago, Coffee and I appeared in this strange and desolate world. It felt as if we had traveled into the past, but that was not exactly what had happened. This place seemed to belong to another world, one where things could happen that would have been completely impossible in my own reality. During our journey, we met a devastated father. A group of bandits had kidnapped his daughter. Honestly, this was not my world. Its problems had nothing to do with me, and at first, I had no intention of getting involved. But then, he showed me a photograph of his daughter. The moment I saw her, I felt something inside me stop. That girl looked far too much like someone very special I had lost in my own world. Someone I still remember, and whose absence still makes me cry. I agreed to help him without stopping to think about the consequences. That was how Coffee and I reached that deep, dark forest. Somewhere inside it stood the bandits' camp. We entered very carefully. Fortunately for us, most of the guards were asleep. It was probably close to 4 in the morning. They were far too relaxed, far too confident, convinced that no fool would dare enter that forest to rescue the kidnapped girls. Coffee and I moved forward in silence. My intention was to get them out without using the new powers I had gained in this world. I had never used those powers to take someone's life. But if the situation demanded it, I was prepared to do so. I carefully approached one of the girls and tried to wake her without making any noise. When she opened her eyes, and I saw her face clearly, for a moment I felt as though the friend I had lost in the real world was standing before me. I asked her to remain calm. Then, leaning closer to her ear, I whispered, "What are they planning to do with you?" The girl was terrified. She could barely speak. Finally, she told me that they intended to sell them as slaves, or force them to become companions for wealthy men. The moment I heard those words, I felt rage growing inside me. I wanted to destroy every man in that camp right then and there. But if I used my powers, I would frighten the girls as well. I could put them in danger, or cause the guards to wake before everyone was safe. So I restrained my anger. I decided to take them out one by one. I guided them behind the tents, moving slowly and without making a sound. Coffee stayed beside me, watching carefully for any movement from the guards. As I helped those girls escape, I could not stop wondering how human beings could become so cruel. Even in another world, evil remained the same. Little by little, all of them left the camp. I showed them the path they needed to follow to reach the village where the father who had asked for our help was waiting. Before leaving, the first girl I had rescued stopped in front of me. She looked at me for several seconds, then lowered her head deeply to thank me. When I saw her, I remembered the friend I had lost once again. For a moment, it felt as though she was the one standing before me. Then the girl joined the others, and they all began running toward the village. They were safe. But I knew it would not end there. If I allowed those bandits to live, they would do the same thing again the next day. They would kidnap more people, destroy more families, and continue ruining innocent lives. So I decided to do something I could never have done in my own world. I decided to deliver justice with my own hands. Slowly, I raised one of my hands. A burning energy began gathering in my palm. The light grew until it became a golden sphere, shining like a small sun. Coffee remained beside me, watching in silence. A moment later, I released the energy. The entire camp disappeared in a massive explosion. Honestly, what I had done brought me no satisfaction, but I felt no regret either. I did not feel good, and I did not feel bad. I simply chose the lesser evil, so those people could never destroy another life again. Perhaps that did not make me a hero, but I could not turn my back on them and allow everything to happen again. After that, Coffee and I continued our journey. Where were we going? Well, toward our destiny.